Hello all. So we are having some amazing luck with this event. I've never really been into the event, which is a shame. But the man, I'm in a lot tonight. I have had a couple of cans. So there's no Scordite at all in Galente space. Within a few hours of the belts replenishing at downtime, they are completely wiped out. It is incredible. I'm sort of shocked and surprised at the same time. I kind of figured that people would have been getting towards the end of it, but no. So what I've been doing is I've been running the missions aspect. So Galente security missions, blah, 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 complete 6 Galente security missions. So initially I ran 4 for the first tier, then I ran 5 for the next tier. No, I got that wrong. Ran 3 for the first tier, 4 for the next tier, 5 for the next tier, and now I'm running 1 out of 6. I have heard through talking to other capsuleers that 1 or 2 of the security missions have belts in them with Scordite, and because it's a mission that you have to be given by an agent, you basically have the ore to yourself. So that is pretty cool. You can see here that out of a total target of 1,000 loyal points, I'm up to 275. So we are doing quite well, and I've had some decent stuff so far too. So yeah, I'm a big fan of this. I would suggest if you're a newbie capsuleer, get yourself over to Galente Space. I'm going to run a couple of the security missions while we talk. Hopefully, one of them will have some Scordite rocks that we can mine. I've got my Pioneer here ready to go if need be. So I've spent some money. So our balance has taken a little bit of a hit. We have gone, you can see there's a lot of reds here, although I have sold some things along the way too, which is quite cool. So we are sitting on 877.5 million ISK, but the loot that I have got from these missions so far, I'm going to show you down here. All of this, the salvage and the loot I have got from running these missions. 120 political favor items. I don't quite know how you'd say that, but that is worth 119. So in theory, the idea of the promotion is that you change those political favors into specialist items that you can only get in the event, so you can swap them for these new multi-characteristic drones, which are very, very cool. And there are some really good ship modules as well that are going to sell for insane money. But what I propose is I'm going to take these and just sell them. So I'm going to get a stash of these. I'm going to take them to Doe Dixie. People are buying them for, well, here you go. Look, somebody's put a buy order in for a couple of thousand at 6.7. So if we were to, not very good at utilities. So if we were to sell them for 671,000 times got currently 120 equals. I don't do this very often. Excuse me, I've still got my stupid cough. Okay, so what's that? 80 million? Yeah. So if I were to get a couple of hundred of these, I could go to Doe Dixie and sell them, and then we will hit our target. I am pretty tempted to try and complete this event. I've never completed an event. I'm shocked to say that I've not ever really been as invested as I am with this. But yeah, let's see what we can do. So I might run through a couple of missions and depending on how it works, we might we can use the Dragoon. That's good. I might run a few of the missions, and then I might grind through a load of them in slow motion. Excuse me, fast forward, and we'll see how we go. But yeah, this is CCP. This is a masterstroke. I absolutely love what you've done with this event. And oh, where are we going? Oh, one jump. That's fine. So fingers crossed that we can kill the rats, complete the mission, and hopefully there will be some rocks. So the idea is that if we find some scordite rocks, I won't complete the security mission. I will warp back, jump in the Pioneer, kill the rocks, then come back, then finish the security mission. So, yeah, potentially we are running two things at once here. But yeah, we are... I can't get over how good this is. I've absolutely loved it so far. And I hope that they try and think of something similar for the different regions. I suspect that they are going to do something like this for the other regions. And I love how it's linked in with the lore. The idea is that your choice of candidate... So I've chosen Roden because I thought that they had something to do with... Is there shipyards? Might have imagined that. There's one candidate called Moreau. What basically one candidate is a conservative with a small c, so they are more likely for the status quo. One candidate's a bit more radical. The idea is that the events of this could affect the lore ongoing, which is just so clever. Right, so let's drop my MTU, launch some drones. To orbit the MTU at 7.5. Let's turn on some power. Oh, I should at some point I'll show you the fit. But basically I put a drone damage amplifier in for a bit of extra DPS. I've plugged up the hole in the shields with a... No, I'm talking nonsense. I've put a drone navigation computer in, which is a module which makes the drones fly a bit quicker. Took a little bit of damage there. And I've got a tier 2 damage control. And I have got a multi-spectrum coating tier 2 as well, which gives me a boost of almost 20% across the board, which is more than enough for what we're doing here. I have yet to go into my armor running these level 1 missions. Oh, that's a good call. As long as you're running a security mission, the actual level isn't critical. So you get the same rewards event-wise if you're running a level 1 or a level 3. So that's quite cool. You will obviously get more loot if you're running a higher tier mission, but yeah, that's kind of not critical. Now, at some point, I've got to get 6 freed slaves into my cargo hold, which might be an issue because I have a very small cargo hold. An additional level of fun with this is if I was doing this mission in a Galente ship, I get boosts. I think I get damage boosts and tank boosts as well. So I am making it much harder for myself. But hey, that's the whole point of the challenge. Oh, I've got my freed slaves. Okay, so again, we've had this conversation before. I do like to salvage my wrecks. All thumbs tonight, and I don't think it's the drink. I am going to salvage the wrecks just on principle. Virtually nothing dropped so far. Good. Oh, let's have a look and see if there's any rocks. Feldspar. Useless. Okay, so we'll quickly blast through this mission and salvage these wrecks. Get what loot we can. Take it from there. Super. Cheers, everyone. Happy Friday. Oh, another aspect to this. You are in, as part of the event, the items that we were looking at just now, the loyalty, political favor points that we get, you're meant to trade them in at one of 3 sites in Dodixie, and I had a little look at them earlier on. In fact, we might at some point have to have a little look at them, but absolutely gate camped. So you trade them in at these. What was that? There's a name for it. I can't think of what they're called in game, but you trade them in and you exchange them for some really cool items. But they are absolutely camped. So there are lots of gankers who are hovering around these centers, and they're either going to blow your ship up and steal your loot, or they're going to wait until you exchange your loot for these fantastic items. If I was going to keep Lowgun going, if I was a new player, I would probably go and swap the favor for drones rather than the modules, because I think when this event ends, they are going to sell for ridiculous money. But because we're on a challenge which is just about earning ISK, hitting our targets, I think it's going to be better for us to just sell them. But we might have a little look. Oh, hello. We might have a little. How about if I run through as many of these security missions as I can? We'll maybe run through a couple of them in real time, and then we might come back into real time and go and have a look in Dodixie. But this could, depending on if I can earn enough loyalty favors, this could be the last video before the big giveaway. So that is quite dramatic. It's possibly going to get a little emotional. I'm quite attached to Lowgun. I think he's done amazing work. This is the most I've earned. So I did a number of practice runs with different characters, and I did a number of practice runs, and I took it to about 500 million with each of them, because once you've established the proof of concept, you know that you can repeat what you're doing and keep earning. But yeah, even as an alpha player, well, we weren't alpha players initially, were we? We were. You had to pay to play from the start. But yeah, any time I had a decent amount of ISK in my wallet, I would spend it on ships. So my early game style was more about the lols than the ISK, if that makes sense. And I would get blown up quite regularly. The biggest ship loss I've lost a couple of orcas to gankers. I lost a Kronos, which is a fantastic ship. Even when Marauders were nerfed, they're still a fantastic ship. Okay, so I'm going to complete the mission. Watching this area up here when I complete. We are. So we have gone up to 2 out of 6. I've received some loyalty points, which incidentally completes one of the daily challenges. And I've completed 3 jumps jumping around. Potentially I'm going to complete another one by killing Capsuleers. It's all good. Let's just do another mission. Let's see if this one has any or blah, 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 blah. Okay, so some kind of garbled transmission. Gotta go to Duans. Yeah, the whole conversation the other day about sync liaison makes me question how French I've always imagined this to be. Wonder if secretly they are Hungarian in this region. Okay, so let's jump to Douan. It's probably Douan. Any French speakers want to let me know? See, oh man, I'm going to try do Google Translate now. Let's have a little look-see. Douan. Google Translate. I'm talking and typing, which never works very well. So French to English. Let's have a little look-see. So in Danish, it means from the years. No, hang on. No. So in French, it means from the years. And in Danish, it means you, Anne. that doesn't help. Okay, let us see what we can do. Send me your ISK or I'll pod you. Haha. Yeah, I'm not going to give my ISK away to an NPC. Okay. Oh, I listed one of these boosters for sale for 4 million ISK or 3 million ISK the other day, but I don't think it's sold yet. I think the market is saturated. Okay, so we have a smuggler Stargate. Let's orbit that. Let us drop off our drop our MTU and hit some power. Some drones. Something tells me this lone pirate is going to warp in some friends in a minute. Do I need to... Oh, that was really easy. Oh, let's see if there's any or nothing. Okay, so that advice might not have been the best advice. Fantastic. Some metal scraps. At least it was quick. Now this is another fantastic word. Grinacan. Grinacan. Look that one up. I'm just going to keep... Oh. So let us try... No. Looking at Danish. French, monsieur, s'il vous plaît. En français, s'il vous plaît. That's... There you go. Grinacan. Grinacan. Oh, means nothing. Good. Who knew this channel would be educational? So are we earning ISK as well? Yeah, we've earned a little bit of ISK along the way. We've salvaged nothing. But we've had a little bit of a drop. In 2 missions, we've earned 70,000 ISK. Not dramatic, but hokey dokey. Realistically, I could have just sold off all of Logan's ships and hit the billion. But I'm just having a laugh doing this. Let's have a look and see what he's actually worth in a minute. Well, so I've got some loyalty points. Let's request another mission. I can read that, so who knows what I'm letting myself in for. Okay, so we are jumping one system again. I've got to stop mumbling. In my head, I feel like I should be talking the whole time that we are recording. But I've noticed when I'm editing that I turn my head away from the microphone like this and I sort of mumble a bit and quiet. So I'm making a real effort to keep my volume as consistent as I can. Warping? Ha, stupid miner. Why don't you learn to fly a real ship? Don't be dissing my Dragoon. Look at that beautiful thing. Oh, I haven't put a skin on it. Shall we put skin on? Yeah, I've only got the one. Okay, that's better. Okay, so there's an Imperial Hauler. Let's go and get mercenary. Perhaps I should have read the mission objectives. Let's read it now. You need to destroy all enemies. Okay. Excuse me. It's fairly reliable, blah, 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 blah. Capture the pirates, blah, blah, blah. Take that pirate out. Okay, so I've just got to kill the pirate. Oh, he's killed the hauler. Gosh darn it. A little bit of damage. That was... again. So we're orbiting him. Let's get both of these wrecks. Just on principle. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, for goodness sakes. I have no skills. Almost no loot. Excellent. Oh, we got a little bit of salvage. 239 ISKs worth of salvage there. Absolutely brilliant. So if I was relying on salvage to hit the billion, that would probably take us about 8 years. Oh, a little bit more from the wreck. Oh, 2,000. Wow. Going up, this goes back a little bit to our... oh, I didn't even check the ore. No ore, thank you. This goes back to what we were talking about way back in the beginning, where ideally you want to be making ISK in a couple or 3 ways at once. So arguably we are running the daily target, so we're going to get a bonus for killing the drones. We're running missions, and we're doing the event as well, doing the election event. So yeah, this does fit in with our original plan of multitasking. I know a couple of times in these videos we've talked about Starfleet Academy, and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was fantastic, and I can't believe that it's going to end after series 2. I feel that Star Trek has got a particularly toxic fan base now, and I am quite disappointed. I think Star Trek will continue. Star Trek Lower Decks was excellent. I even quite like Star Trek Prodigy. I thought that was brilliant. And Strange New Worlds is excellent, although I hear that's got a finite runtime now as well. So I suspect I am going to fast forward through the next bit. I will stop the recording if we get to a mission that's got some rocks in it. So I've got to get 10 band. Doesn't make any sense. I've got a plan. Starting with mining up, stealing their ore. There's a group of them out there mining, banding. Fly in, find their jet can, and take the ore from it. Okay, so I'm going to run through some missions, and I will see you all in a while. So we are back for a moment. I'm just going to show you what happens when you claim the reward. See that we have gone up to 400 points. Oh, fantastic. We are 40% of the way there. Gosh, that's not bad going. And you'll notice that down here we have got... Oh, wrong button. Excuse me. We can claim some items. Let's have a look at what we won't. It always seems like when I don't need the loot, I get loot, and if I do need loot, the other way around. If I don't need loot, I get decent loot. Okay, so we're up to 150 political favor. So we've gone from 120 million to 149 million. So I'm going to try and run... Did I complete it? Oh, gosh, that's going to be complicated. Oh, no, there we go. So the next phase is 7 missions. I might try and run some level 2s to see if I've got a better chance. I'll tell you what, we will run a couple more level 1 missions, and we will see if we get any rocks that way. And if we don't, we will try running some level 2s. Okay, and again, I'm going to warp through the next few, so I shall see you in a bit. Okay, so we've been running some missions, and I'm just about to check in on the last one. I'm not convinced about the presence of Scordite in security missions, but I think that there's a couple of things we need to do in a couple of seconds when we're all docked up. I think we have enough. What was the word? I've totally forgotten it. I think we've got enough stuff to sell to push us over the billion. I might put a little 5-minute video up of the. Here we go. So let us complete the last security mission. Oh, didn't click it very well. Apologies. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Completed. We've gone up to 7. Let's claim the reward. I wanted to just take a second to show you this. I can honestly say I've never got this far along any kind of special event. So I'm going to click on these items and claim some bonus points. Got some political favor right there. And I've got some Plex, which is quite decent. So let us have a quick look where we're at. Item hanger. Okay, 168 million. Of which 149 million in political favor. I'm not sure that's enough. So I might have to run a few more missions. Oh, that's interesting. The counter's reset to 3. Okay, so there might be some stuff going on in the background. I'm probably going to roll some of this into Dodixie and sell it. Can we just take a moment to talk about the clutch restrained warp disruptor field generator? It drops from rats sometimes, and it is worth pretty much 3 million ISK, which is insane. So we have done some good work tonight, and thank you for watching. Between as I say, this is probably the last proper video I'm gonna make. I might do one little video, like a 10-minute video, just with me officially rolling over the Billion ISK. But we have done good work. Anyway, fly safe-ish, fly profitable, have fun. Any questions, drop me a line. I think the next, so once we've done the campaign trail and hopefully been killed and given away $1 billion, I'll maybe take a week or two to just think about how I'm going to do the Caldari challenge. Otherwise, I will see you very soon, and take it easy. We have officially topped the Billion ISK. I've just sold some of my loot. Look at that. 1.1 billion ISK. Lowgun has made at least $1 billion ISK without firing any kind of weapon. Okay, the drones did some damage. That's beautiful. So yeah, the Lowgun Nogun challenge is successful. I am so happy. I love you all. Fly safe-ish and fly profitable. Laters.